Hello, and welcome to this Tuesday's Travelin' Young. And we have a special episode. We just came back from the U.S. It's been just under 2 years for me.
A little bit more than 2 years for me, since I've been there.
So we're going to talk about some of the things that kind of shocked us, surprised us, now that we're so used to,
some reverse culture shock. The first thing for me, I probably would say is like fashion or athleisure in general. I feel like athleisure here is not really a thing. Like, leggings in everyday wear, not really a thing.
No.
I feel like since we've moved here, we've really had to, like, step up our fashion a lot. And so, like, right when I got off the plane, I was really surprised to be back in America and see so many people, like, girls wearing, like, leggings and sweatshirts. I was like, oh my god, I forgot that, like, people, like, dress like that here. I forgot. And so, that was just, like, such a surprise because leggings in every day just aren't really, like, a thing.
No, and I think the fashion in the U.S. is much more casual than it is
a lot
here.
More laid back.
Even for the guys, like, it is much more casual. And so, like, that's kind of almost weird now because I feel, like, overdressed when we go out. And I'm just wearing clothes that I would normally wear here in Denmark. But I like, Maya have basically had to replace my entire wardrobe since we've been here because it was just too casual.
I was actually joking with a friend recently saying that if we took, like, the average Danish teenager and put them in high school, they'd be like a model just because they're so fashionable and, like, so cool looking.
Yeah.
So, fashion in general just really surprised me when we got off the plane.
Yeah, so that was your number one thing, was just fashion in general.
That was my number one.
Okay, so my number one thing that I noticed actually in the airport when we were there was I went to go buy a soda, and this is super random, but just like the size of sodas that we got when we were in the US, it's kind of off-putting at this point because they're so big. How big was the one that it was like 710 milliliters.
That was like an extra large bottle. That was not the normal size.
But still, I was in the airport and I wanted to go get a drink, and they only had ones that were like over half of a liter. And I came back and I showed it to Maya and I was like, why is it so big?
Yeah. I mean, I can't complain about it. Can never complain about, a large soda. But they were quite large. That 700 liter
that was kind of like
Coke.
Because it's for one person. So for here that would be for like two people. I think you'd split it. Yeah. But the worst was the not to shame Panda Express because
we love Panda Express.
We love you, Panda Express. But Panda Express is this kind of fast food. I hesitate to call it really Chinese. Yeah. It's really
it's like how Taco Bell is Mexican food. It's like the same thing.
But anyway, we were getting some food and I said, can I get 2 medium drinks? And they gave me a medium drink, and that thing was
like the size of my head.
He pulled out the cup and I was like, oh my God, that's like a large.
Yeah, it was a very large drink.
Yeah.
It was really good though, so can't complain.
It was. But it is just kind of like off-putting, the serving sizes, just serving sizes in general, but especially sodas. So that was kind of ugh. But speaking of sodas and drinking things and trying things, we're going to go to Try It On Tuesday.
So for Try It On Tuesday, it's a little cut off here because it's already open, but Country Time Lemonade, which I don't know, I haven't really seen even anything like this really. I know that there's like little chai tea things, but this is like lemonade powder. And it's really amazing, and everyone makes fun of, you just put it in water. Everyone makes fun of how much I put in. And now I'm like subconscious because you're watching me put it in. Shh, don't worry about it. Shh. And then you just gotta mix it up. You have your own little lemonade. I don't know if there's enough, honestly. Could use a little more.
So people need to bring this back if they visit the U.S.?
You absolutely need to bring this back. It's amazing. They also make pink lemonade ones, which are also good. But the original is my favorite.
One for you and one for them.
Yes. Here you go. Cheers.
Lemonade lemonade is like your favorite thing. We used to have huge vats of that because she drank so much of it.
I love lemonade.
I will say, if you guys enjoyed it, we know how much you guys hearing the comparisons between here and the U.S. and we are going to have a couple more videos about our trip back to the U.S. So this isn't the only thing that we're going to do, for sure. But let's get on with the rest of we have 2 more things that we wanted to share. So what's your next one?
My number 2 was grocery stores. I was so excited to go to Target. I really miss Target so much because, no offense to Netto and Facta, but I just really miss like a humongous grocery store with like everything you could possibly want.
Well, and Target's kind of like Bilka, but bigger.
Yeah. If you could mix like a Bilka and like an H&M and like a Power and like just everything. It's everything. So I was so excited to go, and I saw some things. I made a TikTok about this, where I went into some aisles. I was mostly taking pictures for Vilas, my boyfriend, so he could see. But I took a picture of like the Oreo aisle, which was like insane because
there were so many.
There's Oreos here, but like the best you're gonna get is like the regular ones and like the brownie ones, which is good. Yeah, can't complain about that. But this aisle was insane. I was like, oh.
There were so many, and then you took a picture of the
there's so many different flavors. I saw like a carrot cake one, like it was crazy.
Yeah,
and then I took a picture of Cheez-Its, which are like little cheese cracker things. It was insane. There were so many Cheez-Its, and there were a bunch of like themed ones. Like there were like it would be like a regular box of Cheez-Its, but it was like Super Bowl sponsored. Like there's why? Why is there the need for Super Bowl Cheez-Its?
Yeah, and I noticed that they did, like, for each of and this was this way for everything. Like, all of the items, there were, like, 50 different flavors. Even the mayonnaise. We saw...
Oh, yeah. Mayo chup?
Yeah, we saw regular mayonnaise, and then there was, like, ketchup, and then there were mixtures of mayonnaise and ketchup, and mayonnaise and mustard, and
my favorite was mayo must. That's disgusting. Mayo must? Yeah. Just the name.
Yeah, it's just over the top. And there's so many different flavors. But I thought about it, and it is just kind of, there's so many different types of people in the U.S., I think, and they have to keep a lot of stock because there's a lot of people shopping. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who have very different tastes, and so it's just...
And I think that's another thing, too, and that's why our grocery stores are so big, because also American families tend to be a lot larger as well.
Yeah, so and they also...
why our grocery stores are so big.
Yeah, and oftentimes people will shop for, like, 2 weeks at a time, you know, they don't shop daily like we would here. But
and also I think sometimes people make fun of, like, a giant box of something. It's like, yeah, well, a lot of American families have, like, 5 people or something.
Yeah,
so.
If you've got 5 and 6 people in your total family size,
you may need a humongous box of Cheez-Its. But yeah. What was your number 2?
My number 2, I kind of waffled back and forth. I'll give an honorable mention to Outdoor World, which we went to.
Amazing. We didn't take any pictures because I was FaceTiming Vilas, my boyfriend. But
yeah, because it was just so over the top. And you walk in and there's like stuffed turkeys hanging.
It's like
from the ceiling.
Hunting, fishing, camping.
It was outdoor.
A lot. Yeah, it was an outdoor / Bass Pro shop.
Bass Pro shop. Yeah, so if you ever go to Nashville,
you can envision it.
Yeah, go to Outdoor World. But really, my thing that really struck me was when we were driving around, there are no sidewalks anywhere. When you're driving, it's just like a huge road and strip mall after strip mall after strip mall.
Well, that's if you're, like outside like neighborhoods and stuff.
And it's not particularly aesthetically pleasing.
No.
It's even when you get into little towns and stuff, they're all so cute here, and everything is kind of a storefront and it's all in a building, and there it was just electricity poles and huge signs and stores and parking lots, and it was, for somebody who's like, sensitive to how much I'm seeing, it was just like a lot. It was a lot to look at.
I think those are just like the main roads though. Like I honestly like really miss the roads of like suburban neighborhoods. Yeah. I really miss that, where it's like front yard, sidewalk, grass with some trees, and then road.
And then a house.
I really miss that.
Yeah.
Because the sidewalks here are just like sidewalk road. And I miss grass and trees on the roads.
Yeah, kids playing in the front yard. Yeah. I feel like that's a very American thing, like people playing in their front yard and those kinds of things.
So I really miss that. So it was nice like driving on suburban roads and there's actually like trees on the road. I miss that.
All right, so that's all we had today. We just thought it would be fun to share some of the things that we observed, the things that we noticed. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.